Good evening. We are live. Welcome to the Monday Blues review of Carlton and the Doggies. Welcome, Andy. Welcome, Mus. Sorry.
Don't worry about us, mate. Don't worry about us. Welcome back, Georgie.
Nice to have you back, George.
Couple of week hiatus. Good to be back.
How you feeling?
Good. Catching up on some sleep, which is nice. Some much needed sleep, but it's good to be back, man. I've been watching you blokes. Yeah, with a newborn in hand from the lounge room the last couple of weeks. So
lovely, congrats.
Thank you. But great to be back. Great to see the chat. How good's the chat? Hit the like button. Jesus, 94 in the chat already. Going hard. Welcome everyone. This is going to be a big one. There's a lot to unpack. Lots to get off our chest. I think there's a lot to talk about. But Carlton Mull emissions tonight. So I've subbed in the 2-for-1 special. But throw to you, Muss. How are you, mate? How's your day been? Very
all
busy,
right.
I hear.
Obviously, yeah, it's first day of Eid, which is good. Can eat and drink again. It's all sort of it's been good. Got around families and whatnot. The old barbecue at the cousins and sister-in-law. What a anab, for those that know. If you know, you know. Yeah, that was fantastic. What else? Just some family time, bits and pieces. Catch up on some food and some good company. It's been good. I wish the conversations around the dinner table and the brekkie table were a bit more promising from a Carlton perspective. Considering more than half of Collingwood supporters, it hasn't been all that fun. Yeah, Andy.
Good. I'm good. Eid Mubarak to you and everybody who is celebrating.
Thank you.
May the next 12 months bring you joy and laughter
win.
and just a win. That's all we fucking want. Just a win. I'm all right, man. I'm all right. It's hard being a Carlton fan at the moment. We're just copping it from all angles at the moment. So I'm all right, man. Just living, getting by. Big night Thursday. Massive. Yeah,
anxiety already.
I don't know, man. It's a strange feeling at the moment. Georgie,
There's a lot to unpack for this. I've made a bev for tonight, courtesy of the bottle of Pascaval. So cheers. Apparently, Michael Voss is on 360 tonight, but I do see him in the chat as always. Hi, boys. You reckon? So welcome. How's that chat? Justin Akari, shout out to you as always. The Muss, he reckons, coined by Scotty. I think he was a couple of weeks ago. Good to see you as well on Friday night, Scotty. I see what you did there, Selena. Love get around me. I see what you did there. Hit the like button if you haven't already done so. If you're new to us, we'd love you subscribe to us. Helps us out a lot. And if it is your first time, welcome. You're in for a bit of a treat. A lot to unpack. I've been good. I'll get to it. I'll get to it after a few more sips. I think there's a lot to get off the chest. Big shout out, Oz, as always. Thank you for the $5. Hi guys, I gifted Andy a TJP last night on the Blue Sunday video in the chat. Membership, Oz giving out a membership. That's awesome. Can't believe we've also listened.
All the email. I didn't know who it was from, but thank you, Oz.
How good's that? Well done, Oz. Love your generosity, mate. He's here and on the TJP as well. So, Thursday night. I might just get it off my chest. And here's the clearest skin I've ever seen.
Thank you, D. I can't give you my secret, but I am very much into skincare, believe it or not. So thank you for noticing. I appreciate it.
Glowing, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Before we kick off, shout out to the lashes skincare. Shout out to our sponsors. Global Net Solutions Australia. We're gonna go through them all in detail shortly. Big shout out to Global Net Solutions Australia, Mercadante, Cami Projects, YPA, Zach Nessa, Raz Homes, the Bodlo Pascaval, and Elite Plastering Group. Big thank you for your support. Thursday night, I've been thinking a lot since Friday night, sorry. And I go back to a couple of weeks ago where I argued with a lot of people over the Richmond game, after the Richmond game. Shout out, Sayaf. Thank you for the donation. Eid Mubarak to TMB, Sard and Cripper. The rest can get. On you, Sayaf.
Oh, sure.
I've argued with a lot of people after the Richmond game, and a lot of people said it's just a game. It's just one game of the season. It's just 4 points. And my thinking behind it was a game like that has the potential to derail a season. And I think it has, because mentally, I don't think we've got a mentally strong group. And coming back from a loss like that to a pack of teenagers and getting embarrassed and towelled up on the G in our opening game with, dare I say, also a substandard crowd, it's obviously impacted a few of the players. And I've said it's going to impact how we go into the season now when we have, a mixed variation of opponents. The Hawks, they're flying. We've got the Doggies who are a bit depleted. We've got the Pies now. And 3 weeks in a row, we find ourselves in the position where we're up at halftime. And all 3 weeks we've shit the bed. So first half, blow our load. Second half, blow the lead. That's literally what the story of the last 3 weeks is. And one thing I'll give to Voss. He said the players lack composure, and I think I want to give a golf analogy, and fucking Amal's not even here for it. Like it's like our, when you the drive, onto the green, onto the fairway, the drive, the 9-iron, whatever the fuck the stick's called. That's all well and good, but when we go to no, I'm not, Scotty. I'm actually not. I love you, bro.
Get off your chest. It's been a couple of weeks, mate.
When we go
Tracy
to
Reed.
On your Tracy. Love Tracy.
We love you.
Tracy.
Thanks, Trace.
How good's Tracy? Thank you, Tracy. Appreciate you.
Another in the new brother has been born. Hope Mrs. Georgie is good.
She's doing well.
Smile.
Right.
Hello, Tracy. We love you, Trace.
To wrap up my golf analogy, it's like when we're chipping it into where you putt, which is effectively going inside 50. We've just smashed it into the bunkers or into the water, or it's that last bit. And that was my golf analogy for Amal. Hope you enjoyed it, Amal. And Voss saying we lack composure. I'm with him on that one. There's a lot to talk about with Voss, by the way, but I'm with him on that one that we lack composure. I've seen more composure from people with Parkinson's. Like it's that
You're
going inside 50, bro. I'm fucking done, man. I'm fucking done. We are Sippy Cup FC. We're too nice. We just like football's meant to be a distraction, right? Like life is bigger than all of this and all that kind of stuff. And everyone's like, it's just a sport. It's just a game. Fuck saying it's just a game. Like I understand it's just a distraction. That distraction is starting to become a depression now. And it's not about we always say we pay our memberships, we spend the money. Fuck the money as well. Like money comes, money goes. It's the time. It's the time we invest in it, right? And we're privileged, like all of us. We'll leave our house within an hour. We'll be in our seats at the G at Marvel. We're privileged, right? I see people going from Ballarat, from Bendigo, from Shepparton, trying to get to the games. I told you a story a couple of weeks ago. Hey?
What does this even mean?
Aiden with the cryptic message. Thank you for your generosity, Aiden. I told you a story a couple of years ago. Like I saw a father and son before the Melbourne game a couple of years ago that came, and they were hounding Charlie when he was practicing shots before the game. And then, after about half an hour, they finally got him to come over and sign the jumper. And the father turned to the son and he said, "That's what we drove 3 hours for." Like, you see how much it fucking means to people, right? It's the time, it's the effort, and all that kind of stuff. And then you psych up your week, and then you go there and witness what we witnessed. And I get it, yeah, whatever, it's 8 points or whatnot, but it's so much more than that. It's the frustration when we had the game. Who felt comfortable when we were 4 goals up at the start? No one.
No.
I put $50 on the Western Bulldogs halfway through the second quarter. We're up by 3 goals.
There you go.
That's how sure I was. And I turned to you and I told you when they kicked 1 or 2 in a row,
Yep.
I turned to you and I said, Georgie, it's happening.
You did.
You're like, nah, no way. I'm
You
like,
did.
it's fucking happening. I just jumped on Sportsbet and I just did it.
Anyway, that's my. Don't let me keep going because I've already said a few things that I probably want to take. Andy.
I want to go on something you said. You said that we lack composure going inside 50 now.
It's hilarious.
Anyone can see that, right?
I was going to go on the same thing. I want to see where you go with this.
So to me, that's obvious. Everybody knows that, right? For me, we lack composure all over the ground.
Yeah, we're not even there.
You got fucking Nick
50.
Haynes in the back line. Nick Haynes doesn't know what he's doing in the back. All of a sudden, he's playing like he's never played football in his life. This guy's all Australian defender. He plays like he's never played in a back line before. He plays like he's playing tennis. And then you got, Ollie Hollands had one of the worst games he's ever played. And it's easy to point the finger at him and say he had a shit game and he's shit and all that. I don't think he is. I think he's actually really good. We are destroying this kid. We are watching a potentially great footballer. That's how much I think he's. That's how good I think he can be. I think he can be a great footballer. And we are watching him being coached to the ground. He's not a defender. They turned him from somebody who could play on the wing. He played a defensive wing role to now playing just a pure defending role. And you've just lost one of your best assets going forward. And I said this last week. I think Voss is coaching to lose his job. I don't think he wants the job because there are so many things that at selection on game day, there are so many things happening that you're just like, are they for real? Like Ashley Hansen addressing the team at the quarter time break or 3/4 time break, whenever it was. You got Michael Voss on the bench in the last quarter and there's 3 blokes telling him what to do. Is he even coaching the team? He's asking Nick Newman for advice. Nick Newman, bro. Like, yes, okay, I get it. Nick Newman's, but Nick Newman's not fucking getting paid to coach. I don't know, man. I think we're shaky all over the ground right now. And I think our confidence is at rock bottom. And I think that confidence has been coached out of us. I think the confidence has been coached out of us since probably, I'm not going to say the GWS game, but I'm going to say maybe a couple games after that, maybe the Western Bulldogs game the week after the GWS game. But we are not coached well. We are not run well. There's no leadership on the ground. I feel so sorry for Jacob Wiedering. That bloke does everything. He gives us everything. Patrick Cripps gives us everything. The bloke probably broke his back and he got up and played on. And then you got Francis Evans. Then you got Nick Haynes. Then you got Lewis Young. And credit to Lewis Young. He kicked a couple goals. Mate, fantastic. But for every good thing he does, you just know there's something bad following it. Yeah. I don't know if it's confidence. I don't know what it is. But everything positive that we were doing last year has been coached out of the team. I don't know. Maybe I'm an idiot. Maybe I'm just dumb and I don't know what the plan is. I'm just too dumb to see the greater plan. Maybe. But at the moment, mate, if you can tell me what the greater plan is with a straight face, you're a genius. What do you reckon, Moose?
Mate, I've been on this train since mid last year. I saw the writing on the wall from early on in the year and then sort of had a bit of hope. But by mid last year, I was done. There's no, for me, like I can tell you, I saw the writing on the wall mid last year, right? Within Carlton coaching, whatnot. But then now it's fully embedded in the team itself, right? So you can see that there's no belief in the players. You can see that they're not playing for each other. There's no want. There's no drive to actually, it feels like they don't even want to be out there. Each and every one of them So there's definitely an issue in the club. We've been calling it out now for at least a few weeks. A culture problem in the club, not being told the right info, not being told the info. You know, the Harry Mackay thing, Elijah Hollins, that MC Labour thing, that just was a big classified thing. We heard it for 15 seconds and then it disappeared. Like, oh no, something's not right. Something's definitely not right.
I think the MC Labour one was McClure being a prick. Obviously, he just wanted to get the ratings.
Yeah, but there's got to be some context or something out of it for it to. You don't just make something up like that, right?
Yeah,
there's something in the club that hasn't either shut it down or hasn't closed the leak properly or whatever it is. Our club's in disarray, George.
The Mackay and Bubba's one, like Holland's one, for example. Like when I do think about it, if you think about like your employer, like if my employer said is going to email out shareholders and my team and say, you know, George is on again, you know, and he's going to have some time off because, you know, like you probably wouldn't like that, of course, but
no.
There's a lot of signs during the preseason. Obviously, there were rumors and whatnot. There was signs, and then all of a sudden, the day before the Richmond game, I think the Hollands decision happened, and the day before the Hawks game, the Mackay announcement, and then obviously the day before the Dogs game as well. So it's like they leave it right till the end. And now on the news, I think I heard a news bite saying Harry's firming up for a shot this week to come back in. And I tell you what, like I will talk about it probably in the preview, but for rumors of performance anxiety, this is not the game. This is not the match for that. Fuck. Anyway,
that makes sense. That makes sense.
In the preview, but that's yeah. The vision of Voss on the bench with was it Ash Hansen? Was it Greaves? I want to talk about the coaching panel a little bit shortly as well. But then turning to Nick Newman, like, what the fuck do I do, Nick? Like, he just had that expression on his face. Like, it just looked like people were looking at each other for answers. And I'm pretty sure it was said. Sorry, my Google's going off thinking I'm talking to it.
Maybe your Google's got the answers, George.
Who said that he's not a good game day coach? Was it or a tactician? Was it Brian Cook?
I said it too.
Nah, it was Brad Lloyd.
Brad Lloyd, fuck.
Brad Lloyd. Hey, what about the new fucking CEO, Graham Wright, sitting in our coach's box?
That's
unheard of. That's unheard of.
Weird.
A CEO sitting in the coach's box. Look, unless he comes in, he goes, all right, we know there's problems in the coach's box. I'm hearing this, I'm hearing that. You know what? I want to see it for myself. And he walked in and he sat and he watched us absolutely shit the fucking bed.
Yep.
Good. Best thing that could have happened.
And this is a bloke that at the Pies would have passed on Voss when he was an option before McRae came in. So it's interesting. Talking about the coaches, like I just, we were discussing this in the group chat. I'll just put it as an overlay, just really quickly, just for the chat. I'm not that I'm firing shots at the bloke or anything, but I've not heard a peep from anyone, not even in the fan base, socials, whatever, about Aaron Greaves. And I'm not targeting the bloke, but coaching and performance manager, right? I know, role titles can be fluffy or whatnot, but there's a lot spoken about, in the back line, Aaron Hamill in the back line, Jordan Russell in the forward line. What's Ash Hansen doing? What's Brad Lloyd doing? And then you've got coaching and performance. It seems like a governance role for the combination of both. I don't know about you guys, but
before you take that off, Georgie, take that off,
yeah,
I'll tell you who we need to introduce. We need to introduce the great man himself, the man who's possibly solely responsible for the demise of the football club, who's been absolutely a gentleman to join us, right? It's a privilege to have him on our show. Georgie, do you mind removing the overlay? Vossi himself.
How you going, guys?
How you going, Michael?
What you got to say about my team? I reckon we're doing a stellar job.
How do you think we're going in the second halves?
Oh, definitely running out games. Definitely. Definitely. Not an issue.
What about moments? Talk to me about moments, Michael.
Mate, there's been some really great moments. I think the boys, we just got to get to work. Just really that little fine, just really get to work. I reckon we'll be right. We're not far off. We've got to keep working and chipping away and just get to work. There's been some really good moments. I'm liking what I'm seeing. And you know what? Like, Charlie's done his job. Let's be real,
He's done his job. Yeah, he has. What did you think of Charlie's game against the Hawks the previous week? Because he's one of your highest paid players, dual Coleman medalist. The fans clap and cheer so loudly for Charlie. He's the only player that gets the full cheer of the crowd when they're announcing the players one by one. What are your thoughts on Charlie Curnow's opening game against the Hawks?
It's really good moments. He had some really good moments, I felt like, he competed and contested really well. Some really good moments.
Joshua in the chat really wants you to talk about cohesion. So please go ahead. Tell us your thoughts on the cohesiveness of the club.
The cohesiveness was led. It was led by Luke Sayers himself with that image that really surfaced. And I think that was, that was really the highlight of the club. Some cohesion with that image, I think. It's really, really sticky and I'm done.
Anyway, all I want to know is what ran through your mind. I didn't even know you had that. just talk to me.
I went to work.
Talk to me about the process.
I had enough. I went to work the other day. I wasn't even actually rostered on. So I had a bit of paperwork to do, and I looked up and I saw Charlie, that photo that we've all got, that printed one, centre wing. And this bloke, I feel so sorry for him. I go, this guy's killing him and killing this club. So I don't know, man. There's no accountability with him at all, right? If he comes out and goes, listen, we fucked up. This is what it is. We thought our list was better than what it was, whatever. Then we go with it. But he just comes out and gives us bullshit. Comes out and gives us bullshit, right? I'm sick of hearing it. I'm really sick of it. And I know that, most of the fans are almost on that train, but hey, I don't know. We'll see what happens this week, eh?
Shout out to Selena. What's your game plan, Vossi? To use Andy's words, bold of you to assume we have one. We have a game plan, I think, because I don't know what it is. I don't think anyone does. Justin, shout out Justin, 246 in the chat. Hit the like button, or you think Voss is doing a job. Not if, or. There's 68 likes. There's 253. Hit the like button.
Hit the like button, man. Get us to 150.
150.
Get us to 150 and Musk gets the mask back out.
Yeah.
Make it.
Yeah, I was going to say it. Cohesion.
I'll tell you what. I see Seba in the chat. Congratulations to Seba. Thank you for watching and thank you for tuning in as always. Seba was the winner of last week's weekly competition. Seba got a $100 gift voucher to Mercadante Wood-Fired Pizzeria. Hey, man, we're giving away a $100 gift voucher every week. And all you literally have to do is go to our page the day before game day, up until game day, put in your predictions. Closest person or the person who gets it wins. And Seba got it spot on. So congrats, Seba, and thank you again.
How good. Good on him.
Good work.
Shout out to, do a couple of shout outs before I just cover sponsors as well. Sweaty Goose 111. What do we think about Moya not getting a game? I've heard so many different theories and comments, and he's been shit. Obviously, he's not performing well in VFL, and he doesn't have the tank to run out a game or whatnot. And I know, Andy, you've always said there's some players that probably just don't belong in the VFL. Just let them play, right?
Chuck him in the AFL, mate. Chuck him in the seniors.
My thing is, right, you're giving Francis Evans a run, Frank the Tank, delisted from 2 clubs, come to us, picked him up last month. Just give Moya a crack. You've drafted him, what is it, pick 28, 29, I think it was. You've invested in the kid. This kid is probably one of the reasons why you probably thought there was a bit of comfort to let Owies go, because he's going to get a run and whatnot. Just let him have a fucking crack.
Hey, both games he played, he just looked like he belonged on that field. He's not a VFL player. He's just, you can tell. Mate, when you know you're that good, right, you can be complacent. So I don't blame the club for maybe being weary about, maybe his tank or his output, but chuck him in the big time, and I guarantee you he will show up.
Yeah.
You can just tell he's got that, and we are crying out for somebody. And let me say this right now, and I mean every single word of this. That somebody is not Francis Evans. I'm sorry, but a bloke that's been delisted by 2 clubs and is one of Vossi's pets from Port Adelaide isn't, that guy. You've got a bloke like Ashton Moyer, who's clearly the X factor we've been dying for. Clearly. Maybe bringing Moyer in takes a bit of pressure off Jesse as well. Jesse, he's just not there, mate. Jesse's not there, yet we still fucking persist. Play him up the
we'll
grid.
drop Camporelli.
Statistically, okay, you look, he had 15 touches, 16, 17 touches. He's a fucking small forward. He only should have 4 or 5, but kick 2 or 3.
Exactly,
he doesn't need to be up the ground. But he doesn't take his moments. Man, he's got, and I said this on game day, he's got one trick. That's the running into an open goal check side kick. That's it. That's all he's got. And he fucked it. That's all you got. 25 meters out. And you fucked it. So come on, bro.
And the whole of level 1 and level 2 hurt Andy after he ran into that shot. And that's his bread and butter, right? He's like, that's your one fucking trick. That's your only trick.
Fucking does my head in, bro.
He
needs a rest this week. I'll tell you what, he needs an absolute rest.
But we can't.
They need to rest,
bro. Because we can't.
You can't.
Bring in Moyer. Bring in Moyer.
You're going to bring in Durden?
No. What's okay? Hang on a minute. We're all fucking banking on this small forward. We don't play a game plan for a fucking small forward. We don't put the ball in the right position for a small forward.
You don't think so? I think we play the exact game style for a small forward, but our small forwards are donkeys.
Are dumb. Yeah, agreed.
Nice.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with what you're saying. But who are our small forwards? Durden and Flopler.
Quick shout out, Oz. Thank you as always, mate. I'm watching the Carlton game from home this week. I think that might be wise. Hopefully, we'll finally get a win this week. I think we're on level 1.
I think Moyer would be a better small forward than Motlop and Durden put together. He's got this small footy smart and he's electric, right? I know he's a bigger player, but he's quick and he's athletic. I don't know, man. That's just me. I'd rather Moyer running around at 50 than both of them put together.
I watch. You watch other games and you see Watson, you see Kako, you see Liam Ryan, and they're just at the foot of where the ball drops, right? And ours are going up for the mark, or they're 40 meters away, and it can't be rocket science. Positioning statistically, right? Charlie's going to get in a wrestle with a defender. He might miraculously, take a contested mark or whatnot, or if not, he will bring it to ground. Right? It's going to be behind him or probably in front of him, and either Dirds or Motlop or Fogarty's being quiet as well. Jeez, like won't be at the foot, won't be at the drop. I just look at how Kako runs around, how Liam Ryan runs around, Stengel, like they just have the smarts, and they just seem to be in the right place at the right time. Shout out Chris and shout out
Kennedy says something about our game plan. Something come out. Did he say something
really quickly? Should I play the music for this one? What's an Andy agreeing? What the fuck?
Well, hard not to. Third man, so hard not to.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just Brody Kemp kicked 5 goals, was it?
5.
Yes.
Brody Kemp. Brody fucking Kemp. Brody Kemp scored 5 goals.
One more time.
Brody Kemp scored 5 goals. Lewis Young kicked 2 or 3. I don't know how many did he kick?
And we pissed it.
3, I think.
3. You're telling me we played a team with no Bontempelli. We played a team with no Treloar. We played a team with no Jamara. With no Waitman. Brody Kemp kicks 5. Lewis fucking Young kicks 3.
Yeah,
And we lose.
that's how bad we are, bro.
It's crazy. Like, you tell me that, Sauce is going to hold Norton to a goal. Sam Darcy's going to get a couple of cheap goals, whatever, from free kicks and leaders. All those players mentioned not playing. Brody Kemp's going to have a legacy game. And, yeah, Young's going to... How good was the first he played from Young, over the back and whatnot? Young's going to put on a show. Charlie's going to kick 3. You're going to lose.
Mm.
Look, if we're relying on Kemp and Lewis Young to do it every week, we're in strife.
Yeah.
We are in strife. I don't know, man. I don't know. There's such a lack of leadership on field. It's not even funny. And I think it's time we seriously talk about Sam Walsh. Because he's kicking, and I don't care if he's injured. I don't care. If he can't kick, don't play him. This is football. The amount of times he burns us going forward because he can't kick. I love Walshy. We all love Walshy. But he can't kick. He's like, it blows my mind that his disposal efficiency was 74%. And it's got to be because of his handballs, right? And he might have hit a couple short passes. But his actual field kicking is
Rubbish.
It's some of the worst I've ever seen. Like, there was one crucial, where he burnt Kerno.
Was it the advantage?
Over the back.
Free kick advantage.
Yes, the advantage.
That was
You're not going
horrible.
to get an easier kick than that. Like, advantage.
He had a teammate behind him, just guiding him, like a teammate behind him. Oh, that was. But how many of those happened? And Walsh, like, he's back. People keep talking about he's back, and maybe Akers too. I think didn't Akers have a bit of back surgery? Akers doesn't. He's not looking great as well.
Nah, his kicking is atrocious.
Could it be an impact of that? They're cooked now after these backs.
It's round 3, George. It's fucking round 3, bro.
There's a lot of individual. I want to go through the game also as well, but the individuals, one for me, and I love the bloke, but he should have got a tap on the shoulder after the Brisbane game and said thank you for your service and absolutely everything that you've done for the club, and we've stood by you and we've supported you and everything. But Sam Doherty, it's time to go, man. I feel like now he is holding up the development of other players, right? I don't feel he can be an elite contributor anymore. And don't get me wrong, man, the guy's gone through fucking hell and back, right? ACLs, cancer bouts, things like that as well. And he's come back, and credit to him to come back and be able to be on an AFL list and play in an AFL side. Sorry. I was saying to come back from what he's been through and to be on an AFL side and be named in an AFL team playing at the highest level is incredible. It's an incredible feat.
It's a great story, isn't it?
But it's unbelievable, right? And we've seen time and time again. I remember how good was it round 1 a few years ago when he kicked that goal against the Tigers. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that raw. It was one of the most special things ever, right? Even in 2023, the impact he had and whatnot. But then I looked at, I think there was like a 30-meter snap opportunity. He probably could have dropped punted it, but there was the snap that I don't even think it went 20 meters, right? And that was like, there was an equivalent one against Sydney. I think it was the first goal of the Sydney game in the elimination final. Was it last year or was it the year prior? It might have been the year prior, 2023, where, he smashed it straight through. What my similar position, I feel like it's gone a little bit past him. Maybe his body's caught up with him. I just feel like at the moment he's standing in the way of developing a young player. Could be a number, could be because his position is undefined, right? You can sort of throw him anywhere. That's just me. I don't know. What do you like to reckon?
I just saw Damo's comment that Doc is finishing at the end of the year. Well, if that's the case, mate, if this continues for, say, another month, surely he does the right thing by the club, right? And just steps down, gives an opportunity to someone younger. But in saying that, there's probably nobody to give a go to. You know what I mean? Like,
it hurts with Newman being out. It really does.
Yeah,
But
but
what's
that's the leadership, like the leadership he provides. Sorry, Moose, you go.
That's what I was going to say. The Doc of the past was that leader and that general out there in the back line, right? He would be one dictating and pulling players back and creating plays, and it's clear that he's not either fit or does it go higher up? Does it become again another cultural problem within the club that it's filtered all the way down to on the ground? Because that's not Doherty, right? We've known him to be out on the ground calling the shots, right? Creating plays, moving plays, calling things out. He even out there, like, he seems dead. Oh, that's not Doherty. Is it a fitness thing, or is it a cultural thing within the club that it's filtered all the way down to the players? I don't know. I can just see it.
A bit of both.
Yeah.
I think it's both. Good call out. It does. He does seem like he's almost disinterested.
Yeah, it's like he doesn't even want to be there himself. Like, he's come back from all that, George, all the injuries and the cancer and all that sort of stuff. And he should be like really up and about and amongst it, but he's disinterested. Exactly. Good word, Andy. Disinterested. It's like he doesn't even want to be there.
It's great to see a lot of the engagement on it, a lot of comments on it. Naz, like this 4 games back from the injury, boys, he deserves the chance to come good. I think they'll give him the chance. They'll give him the run.
Yeah, he will.
Shout
out Naz, Mr. Global Net himself.
I'm going to stop buying certain cards because I always get cards in the mail on a Monday after a bad loss, and I got a Doherty card today. And last week I think I got a Kerno one. And it's always after a really bad performance. I'm just going to stop buying things, and they arrive on Monday, and I'm like, I don't even want it anymore. I don't want it anymore. I think let's go through the game. Let's go through the game because I think there's the first quarter for me. Like, we were looking at each other, thinking, what are we watching at the moment? But before we do, want to give our sponsors a quick shout out. So, Andy, I'm going to throw to you first. Global Net
Solutions Australia, small business IT experts. If it wasn't for Global Net, I would not have a business running well, thankfully. So shout out Naz, who's hooked me up. He's made life a lot easier for thank you, Naz.
Thanks, Naz.
Elite plastering service. If you got holes in your wall, if you're building, if you're renovating, you need a plasterer. Tell you what, I've got holes in my wall, which I actually need fixing. So I will be calling Elite Plastering. Drop the Monday Blues, you get a discount as well. So shout out Eddie from here as well. Mercadante Woodfire Pizzeria. Go see Carlos. He's a dirty, dirty Collingwood supporter. But he's a champion. He is. He's a good one. Some of the best food in town. It's a staple of Lygon Street. Got the best address I've ever heard. 123 Lygon Street, Carlton. So head down there, speak to Carlos, mention the Monday Blues. He'll look after you.
And how good the giveaway, yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, don't forget, he's king of our giveaway. $100 every week. Jump on our Instagram, put a prediction in. You can get a chance to win $100 voucher for Mercadante.
Every week. Who's heard that before? It's amazing. Well done.
Raz Homes, shout out Rules. If you're building a home, Raz Homes. Don't fuck around. They're the best. Best in the business.
Love it. Great portfolio at Raz Homes. So too, this guy.
If you're buying a house, if you're selling a house, if you want to rent a house or you want to rent a house out, Zach Nass is the one. Look at that beautiful face. He's actually in Dubai at the moment.
He is. Yeah,
so it's a good time to harass him. Very good time to harass him. Just to harass him.
Actually, I've got a story on that.
Tell us.
His phone's diverted to a bloke called Luke. Good guy as well, also at YPA. So if you want to harass Luke, call Zach tomorrow.
Fantastic. Kami Projects. If you're renovating your home or doing any odd jobs around your house, call Kami. Eric's the guy to see. Fantastic work. He helped me with my decking, actually. So, legend.
That's an absolute ripper of a barbecue as well. If you're lucky, you'd be invited to one of those too. So, and lastly,
Bottle Pasco Vale, come in and I'll tell you what, this is the week to do it. If you come in and you speak to me and you say, fuck Collingwood, you get 10% off. And this is the week to do it. I might throw something extra in for you. So come down, Bottle Pasco Vale, 18 Devon Road, Pasco Vale, fuck Collingwood, you get 10% off.
How good's that?
Mm-hmm.
Can't do that at Dan Murphy's without getting escorted out. So, how good. Bottle of us go. Well done. Great promotion. So the game, first quarter. You know what I love about our reviews, just by the way, just quietly. We always like, let's unpack the quarters. And we get to halftime, and then we're like, fuck everyone, fuck everything. And it just blows up. And then we go to individual performances, and then we slate the board, and then we slate Rob Innes, and then Andrew Russell cop strays. And then all right, see you guys. Have a good night. See you next year. What about the second half? Anyway, first quarter.
We ran it out. That's why.
First quarter. Mate, out of the gates, Lewis Young bodying Buku Kamas, kicking goals out the back. Charlie, the Zach Williams run. Shout out, Rocco. Great
Brilliant
call.
comment. Brilliant call. It's time to do what's right.
Realistically, though, that's a great comment. But if we're going to call it out for what it is it rebuild time? Like, let's be real.
Fuck.
This is what I was talking about.
Like, realistically, it's not. It's actually like that's where we're at.
I think it's too early in the season. Far too early in the season.
But if we're going to start making calls like for the monogram, right? Does that mean sack Voss? Or am I reading?
I think we should have sacked Voss last year. I already said that 100 times.
Agreed. So if he goes, it's get through the rest of the year, and then is it a rebuild?
I don't think so. I think we've got enough talent. Bro, look what the talent did just a little while ago. Right? So the talent is there.
Yep. That's when Hawthorn was nowhere. North Melbourne were rubbish. Adelaide were nowhere to be seen. These other clubs have superseded us.
Yeah, of course.
Left us behind.
So where have we, or I know where we've kind of held up, and that's game plan for me. Bro, we know Akers can't kick because of his injuries. We know Sam Walsh can't kick because of his injuries. Yet we still play a fucking game style that does not help them. Sam Walsh, Blake Akers, they're not inside players. They're runners. They're both wingmen. Yeah. And we've literally cut the legs off both our wingmen because we play this fucking game style that is a cancer unto the football club. We play a game style that nobody has played for 5 years. Geelong tried that game style, and that they were getting shafted.
Yeah,
they tweaked it, and they turned into a running team, and they won a fucking premiership.
Which we've seen snippets. We've seen like real small parts of that in our game.
Tiny. How good do we look when there's open run?
Yeah.
Voss, for whatever reason, I won't say Voss, the coaching staff as a group don't want that. They want contested ball. We're not fit enough for that. We're not strong enough for that game style. I don't know.
And the execution, right? We lack the execution. How many times do we either go the wrong option, go the long bomb? The kicking, like I think Sauce butchered it a couple times, Walsh countless times, Akers countless times, and then the one that killed me. Big shout out, Oz. Thank you for the super sticker.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, mate. The one where we got the free in the middle, I can't remember what quarter it was, we were talking about earlier. Walsh took advantage, blazed away, had a teammate behind him, open in front of him. I think hit a 30-meter pass. I think it was to Kamas, and he had Charlie behind him, I think. Just had to pop it an extra 5 meters or whatnot. But about 2 or 3 minutes right after that, I'm pretty sure that cost us a goal, and then the bounce went up. TDK gets it and says, let me show you how to fucking do it. Let me show you how it's done.
That's right.
And our best inside 50, our best kick is our ruckman.
Yeah.
TDK got it. Bang. Straight down the throat of Brody Kemp. And Brody Kemp went and converted.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Tell you what, it's crazy. Just how far behind we are. We're so far behind every team. Every team.
Oh, Melbourne's on par with us. Melbourne, we'll match up well against Melbourne.
We always match up well against Melbourne.
That's about it.
I don't know. I'll look at us and I just think we're so far behind the 8 ball, and it's really frustrating because we know what this list is capable of, but there's an obvious disconnection between coaching and players. There's just it's on show for everyone to see. And Voss is delegating to Ashley Hansen, like a bloke that's probably been declined however many times every time he's applied for a head coaching job, yet he's pretty much got the reins at Carlton. He's just not doing the presses, clearly.
Yep. Yeah. So George, going back to where you were going before we de-stressed again. First quarter, we're sort of up and about. Again, for me, the signs weren't, he threw out names like, Kev's taking a few marks, Lewis Young's taking a few marks. We're sort of like, oh, this is a bit different, but it wasn't sustainable football, right? And for me, the Bulldogs hadn't turned up yet. So, I don't know. Up a quarter time. Well, we're up a couple of goals a quarter time. Is that what it was?
I think it was. We kept them goalless. I think it was
4 goals.
Yeah.
I think we scored 4-5 or something to
4-3 to 4 behinds.
Yeah, there you go.
And then once there was a bit of a slow start to the second quarter, and I think when they got one and we responded back quickly and they got another one, I think, Andy, that's when you turned to me and said, they're coming. We're going to.
I said it's happening. I said it's happening.
Yeah.
Because, bro, halfway through the second quarter, we got players holding their hips, crouching.
Yeah.
But my missus, who knows nothing about footy, she goes, well, they look tired. They look tired already. She knows nothing about footy. It's halfway through the second quarter, and our boys look tired. For me, the most telling moment was 3/4 time when we slugged to the huddle. There were guys, crouching and just walking, and the doggies, mate, they celebrated their goal. They just got a goal, I think, at 3/4 time, and they ran. They were beaming at 3/4 time. And then it just didn't make sense to me because we were late to get to the huddle because they got to the huddle before us. And then we were back on the ground first. They were taking it a lot more serious than us. That's what it looks like. It's almost like the players check out, and it's not good.
Because I'll argue with anyone who says it's a fitness thing, right? These guys are elite footballers. It's their job to be fit, right? The only thing holding them back from being fit is an actual injury. Maybe Charlie, maybe Akers. Other than that, there's no reason at quarter time to have hands on hips. There's no reason to be not chasing.
They were gassed. They were gassed. They were absolutely gassed.
It's confidence. You see a couple of quick goals and they're up and about, right? You hit one back, bang, gone. Back in the shells, heads down, hands on hips, no one helping each other. You see it, like we'll cop a shitty goal, right? And you'll just see him roll the ankles over to the player and go, oh, better luck next time. And they'll walk back to their position. Fucking get around him. Like, it's not that hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway, it's clear and evident that they don't want to be out there. They do not want to be out there. And I can tell you something now for me, week by week, as this continues, at the end of the game, I'm like, fuck it, I'm not going next week. But it's going to eventually break. Because if they don't want to be there, then why the fuck am I wasting my time?
Yeah, and that's what the club risks. Because they're losing a generation of supporters right now. You got so many people. Like, I think it was trending for a lot of people talking about, I don't want my kids to go for this club. Like, it's happening, whether the club likes it or not. And this is something that they really need to look at. They're losing a generation of supporters.
How sad is that, right? Because growing up, the pride you had, your parents go for Carlton, I go for Carlton. Obviously, we, saw the little, the early years. I remember going to Optus Oval, Princes Park, and, you're almost guaranteed to win. And then came the lean years, and they haven't left. But I think a lot of people have spoken about it throughout the week. I don't think it's Carlton Football Club anymore. It's almost like Carlton Football Corporation. I feel like if you were around the I don't know, end of season board meeting or whatnot. They'd be like, all right, tell us about everything we've achieved this year. Record profits, record memberships, fantastic sponsors, got new sponsors on board, sponsors locked in for however many years, delivered fantastic initiatives across whatever, you got Carlton Respects in the schools, obviously a very good one. I don't know what else, what other initiatives they want to throw out, off field. All right, what about on field? You're asking too many questions. We got to elimination final. We battled well. We were second up until, what was it, round 17, 18? Yeah, we were second. We battled, had a lot of injuries. Got in the finals, not from our own accord, off the back of another result. Trailed 60-0 in elimination final against a team that we defeated at the same ground a couple of months prior. So don't worry about on-field. Off-field is great. Off-field's fantastic. Record merch, sell. And dickheads like me and idiots like us will just go and hand over the money and the time, right? And they're successful at the end of the year. They'll get paid. They'll get their bonuses. They'll get their recognition or whatnot. And we've always, I googled, Andy. I was on the phone to you during one of our Rocket League sessions. We have great conversations.
Epic Rocket League sessions.
Epic conversations. By the way, just ticked over 100 likes. There's 230. Get us to 150. Come on. I googled and sort of used ChatGPT to say, what's the Carlton Football Club vision based on what you know? And ChatGPT, I think it was, or Google AI, or whatever the fuck it was, basically said to be the most admired club, like based on all the information on the site, what we can gather, it's to be the most admired club for our social impact. And if you read through, I think the second thing that mentions is success in football. Like even on the site, like when you look through the vision, like the list and the statements of what we want to succeed at. We are a football club. We're not Carlton Social Club. We're Carlton Football Corporation at the moment. We're not Carlton Social Club. We're not Carlton Initiative Club. Carlton Football Club, right? Yet secondary always is on-field success. And that was a tool. That was a tool that told me that you could look at the website and the language that's used for social impact, which are all very great and important things. But we're a football club. The roots of the organization is football and success in that field, in football, right? And I like the niceties around the club. Like you had Cher a couple of years ago saying, I'm here to make friends. Oh, friends. Bro, you're here to make friends. I don't know, man. Go on a forum or something. Go, mate. Like you have that. You have. We're going to lose a couple in a row, and then we'll do well. We'll win. We're not in a rush to win a premiership. Like the constant fucking language coming out of the club. Whether we're just baited, like whether the players just get baited to do it or not, I don't see anyone under a Lee Matthews coach team or a Alistair Clarkson coach team or a Brad Scott coach team or a John Longmire coach team ever getting baited or saying these types of things. Is it just us? Am I not looking into other shit? Like, is it just us? But I just feel like
it is just us. It is absolutely 100%.
Georgie, you absolutely G'd me up. I was raging as you were talking because all this social stuff, right? And like you said, it is important. But this club is full of shit because your fucking president put his dick on the fucking internet, and we constantly get this Carlton respect shit shoved down our throats, and it's a good initiative, whatever, bro. But you can't tell me this Carlton respects thing means anything when your president is putting his dick on the fucking internet and doesn't say sorry, doesn't say a fucking word. It's all a facade. It is all for sales. It is all for merch. And it's just to appease minorities that don't even like footy. These people aren't going to the footy. The people that they're constantly trying to appease aren't at the footy. And you know what? If they're at the footy, they're in the president's lunch. They're in that crew. Brother, we're the people that put our fucking money every single year. We put our feet on the ground and we march to those grounds every single week. And we get nothing. We didn't even get an apology. hey, sorry, the Prez put his dick on the internet. It was a bad look. We apologize. We stand by our Carlton respects thing. And, you know, for anyone who may be offended, we apologize. That's all it fucking takes. But this club is full of shit. That's all it is. It is not a football club. It is a business. And they are going to pat themselves on the back, as you said, Georgie, at the end of the year, because they're going to say, you know what? This year was a success. Yes, we lost the first few games. And yes, we didn't make finals. And, you know, yes, on-field wasn't good. But you know what? We made a profit. We made a good profit too. You know, and that's all they care about. They care about the bottom line. It's a business. Because good organizations, they look at premierships as the measuring stick. And we used to say, we've won 16, we've won 16. We are the fucking kings of living in the past. And there's an argument that we don't embrace the past. But I think we embrace the past too much. I think what the past was is fantastic, and we should absolutely respect it. But we can't hang our hats.
Fuck that. Nah, fuck that. Sorry.
No.
Why do we respect it when the players don't fucking respect the ones who wear the Guernsey every week? They go out there with the Guernsey on.
No. I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is you should always respect the past, because there were people before us who achieved these great things. Yep. But to hang our hats on that is a fucking joke. This is a club, and we're all guilty of this. We keep talking about how good 2023 was. Who gives a fuck about 2023? Oh, but, you know, we were so good, and I'm guilty of this. We were really good halfway through the year last year. Fuck 2024. In 2025, we are getting shat on week in, week out. We are shitting the bed week in, week out. We have a coaching staff who don't know what they're doing. We have a playing group who's not fit enough to play whatever game style they're asked to play. We've got a playing group who can't kick a footy. They can't kick footies. We've got a playing group who we inflate. We inflate their egos. We inflate the egos of these players who've achieved nothing. Patrick Cripps is probably the only one on our list who can put his head up high, because you know what? He broke his back for us. It's been over 10 years now. He's broken his back for us. And all we've done is just hang our hat on Jesse Motlop's going to be a star, and Charlie Kerner's won two Coleman medalists, and the crowd jump and they scream his name, and this bloke doesn't fucking lead for the ball. And we're asked to respect the club, and we're asked to respect the players when the club shows us nothing but disrespect, and the players show us nothing but effortless performances all the time. Effort is a non-negotiable. And the efforts they've put in the last 3 weeks in the second half, and I don't give a fuck if we just lose. We're not in the business of just losing. You're not just losing when you're up by 4 goals. When you're up by 7 goals against a bunch of teenagers. So to me, this club isn't a football club. It is a money grab. And there are selfish individuals on our board, selfish individuals on our team staff, and there are selfish players on the list who have milked this football club for everything it's got. I'll take that back. They've milked the supporters for everything we've got. And enough's enough. And if this doesn't turn around in the next however long, I don't dictate however long it's going to be. But if this doesn't turn around, then changes must be made. The members must demand change, because this isn't a sustainable thing that's happening right now. And that's why it bothers me so much. And that's why it bothered me so much when you were talking about the social aspect of the club's vision, where football just isn't the priority, and it should be.
You can clearly see it. Well said. Well, like, honestly, you can clearly see from the messaging that comes out of the club, from the emails that we get. Almost none of them, and the text messages that we get, almost none of them focus on the match. You know, don't worry about how to get to the match. Don't worry about the match and the details. Make sure you go to this social room and this one. Make sure you get your bar drinks and tickets from here, your raffle tickets there, your whatever from here. Carlton corporate email, you want plane tickets to the Barossa for gather round, you want this and that, whatever. Like everything's a money grab. And I get it. I understand it's an organization, it's a business. They have to succeed, they have to make money, I understand that, right? But when it's the absolute priority and that takes precedence over everything, and the language coming out of the club is that's the most important thing. I'd love to be in one of those, the fly on the wall, the end of season review, AGM board or whatnot, where they'll tick off all those things. And when it comes to on-field, yeah, we're getting there. We're putting the pieces. We're getting better. We're doing this. We're doing that. It's just I think the club just holds its fans, its supporters, not fans. It's supported. We support like emotionally, financially, physically, holds us in contempt. And you've said it before, and I'm with it. Stronger Together is a complete facade. Stronger Together is just created as a barrier. It's a barrier between the club and the fans to basically say, just get off our back a bit. Because, and by the way, record merch sales with Stronger Together, of course. I'm one of them. But it's a way so that the fans are appeased, the supporters are appeased by the club and what they're doing. And it's the language. It's almost like a faux sort of relationship building between the club and its fans, of which it does not give a shit. It does not.
This is an interesting comment.
Sure.
Because a couple of years back, Collingwood made some really hard decisions. They got rid of Grundy. They got rid of Treloar. They freed up cap space. They got a couple other players in. They filled a couple holes. They changed the coach. And they win a fucking premiership.
Yep.
That is a club that, we all hate Collingwood, right? Carlton supporters, Collingwood supporters, we hate each other. But I will always respect that club for making hard decisions when they've needed to. We don't do that. Our hard decisions is getting rid of Owies and Kennedy. These blokes got rid of Brodie Grundy, arguably the greatest ruckman in the land. They got rid of Adam Treloar, one of the best midfielders in the land. On your Jack.
On your Jack. How good was Jack last week?
But that's a club that is not scared to make hard calls. Now, we're biting our nails and we're waiting on TDK, and you got fucking Harry on $1 million. You got Charlie on $1 million. You got Walsh on $1 million. You got Weeders on $1 million. You got Cripps on $1 million. And then you got about 15 blokes on about 50K. And we're expecting these blokes on minimum wage to keep up with AFL standard.
It's a boys' club. It's a boys' club. That's what it is.
Yeah, maybe it's time to make really tough decisions.
There are so many players. There are so many players on a list. When you look at players on other lists, that they're on 50% less, and they're probably 50% better. I can name tons of them, right? But there are players at our club earning significant money that are, that there are players in other clubs.
Gov.
Yeah. And we talk about Mitch McGovern. I said it 2 years ago. I said it 2 years ago. I'll say it again. He's one of the biggest thieves in the club's history. He has come to the football club on a pretty decent wage and has done fuck all. This year especially, I mean, yeah, he was, okay when we were up and about. But when we're bad, McGovern is one of the key drivers of us being bad. He is nowhere. Nowhere. He has stolen a paycheck from our football club for 5 years now, 6 years, whatever it's been. If things don't change, mate, I'll tell you what, some really tough calls need to be had.
Bro, Bar Weeders and Cripper, they're all downhill skiers, right? When we're up and about, they're all jumping on that train.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as the going gets tough, all go MIA, all nowhere to be found at all.
And to be honest, I don't even blame some of the players for this stuff. The governance from the club, someone at the club thought it was a fantastic idea to give Gov that kind of money. I think now he's on lower, obviously, when he signed his extension. But someone also felt the need to say, yep, you know what? We're going to throw 750 or 800 at Williams. He's going to play midfield minutes. That's okay. Chuck him down back. Actually, now we've changed our mind. Can't do it down back. All good. Play him in the forward line. I understand he's had his injuries and whatnot, but there's a lot of governance at the club that's gone wrong, right? And you've got now, obviously, some of these longer contracts. So someone, again, has also said that, I want to give Harry 7 years at X amount, whatever he is, 850, 900 plus, whatever. And we've done due diligence on him physically, mentally, all that kind of stuff. And look, he might still be fantastic, and I hope he does. I fucking love Harry. But there's also the bit, insurance against Tasmania. I think we had that conversation the other night. Obviously longer contracts because Tassie coming in as well. But there's a lot of due diligence and governance at the club that's gone wrong with a lot of these decisions. Because no one else plays like we play. No one else. I don't see any other team. We all watch a lot of footy. I don't see any other team play the way we play. The way we play is almost indescribable. Like if someone asks you, I think Andy said this the other way, explain the way Carlton plays, like fast, fluid football, handball training. Explain. You can't. You can't. Besides, hack it down. And the times that the bits and pieces that we play exciting footy, like where you unleash Saad through the middle once in a while. No, how dare he? Go back to your back pocket where you belong. You're not allowed you're not allowed outside the 50. That's haram. It's forbidden. Right? Like it's not fair, man. Like there's that, and how many positional changes and moving magnets have we had at our club consistently? Again, you see some other clubs, they'll have a swingman or two, they'll have a utility or two, they'll have a jack of all trades player. But we've just been doing it for a decade. We've been like, Liam Jones, come play forward, go back line. Sauce, forward, go back, go forward again. Kemp, you might be a tall mid, you might be a back, no, you might be a forward now. Williams, you're a mid now, you're a defender now, you're a forward now. Doc, I don't even know. He's a hybrid, but constantly. Yeah, it's great to have versatility, but shit, it just screams of confusion and lack of accountability and lack of governance.
George, my favourite one was Chincotta. Oh, you're a tagger all of a sudden. Oh, actually, no, don't worry about it. We don't need a tagger anymore. We're all good. No more taggers in this club.
Halfway through last year, there was conversations that Chincotta's the best tagger in the AFL. Everyone's like, calm down. Let's just calm down. But, hey, he had a really good run, right? Yeah. And then let's throw him here. Let's throw him there. There's just so much. There's so much. Sorry, Andy, go.
No, sorry, bro. I think as supporters, because we're so starved, we ride these highs and we ride these lows so closely, and we take it personally. That's the thing. Like, it genuinely ruins my night when we lose. It ruins my weekend when we lose, especially the way we lose.
Yep.
That's the most annoying and frustrating thing for me, the way we lose games. It's so frustrating, and you can see it coming a mile away. I said it last week. We are the easiest team to beat in the AFL right now. We're the easiest team to play. You just know by the time we work so hard for a goal, and then we work hard for the second one, and we work hard for the third, and by the time that second half comes around, mate, we're exhausted. We're not playing to our strengths. We're really not. And it's a shame because, a lot of us went into this season thinking we're a shot here. I mean, like Moose wasn't.
Oh, me.
I was confident. I thought we're a shot here. Looking back to how we were last year, injuries came in the way. I'm not going to ride too much on the way we ended last year. But too much has happened off field. We can't get the on field right. And this just has sackings written all over it. And if we don't turn it around very soon, we could potentially find ourselves playing West Coast, right? We'll be, 0-4. If West Coast play the way they played against Brisbane, we're not beating them. And then we've got North who are up and about. I don't know. Imagine we're 0-6.
And this, I just feel like the word I've got when I hear that, and across this year is wasted, right? I think someone said it earlier in the chat. The spine, was it Brennan Bolton that said, you know, you blokes. He was talking to Wieders, Mackay, Kerno, I think Marchbank at the time as well. He was saying, you blokes you are the spine. You are the next 10 years. And you think of our journey, you know, till now, and then, you know, flag favourites at some stage last year when we were second, and then coming into the season, a lot of people writing us off, but still having a lot of optimism. And there's a lot of people now that are having the conversation and actually just saying they're coming to the realization that actually, you know what, we're not good enough. I don't think we're actually good enough, and they've lost that hope. I'm not there yet. I'm not at that point yet. I'm still have a little bit of optimism, but that conversation has to be had where at the club, like, there will be serious, you know, like you said, Andy, there will be serious decisions to be made. Are you good enough? Are we good enough?
What's it going to take, George?
We do?
What's going to take?
Wait,
sorry, Andy, real
one
quick.
sec. Before we go there,
Yeah.
I've had a couple people now ask us to chuck a link up in the chat. I reckon chuck it up. Get a couple people on. Let's ask them.
Do it.
Let's get their opinions as well.
I'm going to give it a crack. Hopefully this works. I'm first time doing this.
Otherwise,
I'll call them
I'll
up.
tell you what.
Otherwise, I'll call them up.
I actually am.
Logan. All right, I'm popping it up.
Oh dear.
Next minute, it's not the link to StreamYard.
So, I don't know. It's like
Speaking
the
of
link to admin.
Breaking news, actually. Did you guys get the text?
It like, so before you go, Selena, where are those green shoots that Brennan referred to going to sprout? I think there's too much cow manure over those green shoots, Selena. Like, there was just too much cow shit. Green shoots. Fuck. What a throwback. What's the text?
Hey?
What text?
You guys didn't get it?
I don't know.
No.
They've released a bobblehead for Thursday before the game. I think gate
No, they
2.
haven't.
Yeah,
Surely
Luke
not.
say a
Come on.
special.
Oh, no.
I tell you what, we'll chuck Danny on.
Danny.
Boys,
How you going, mate?
Welcome, Danny.
how are we? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
You're all good.
Awesome, mate. How are you?
good.
Sorry, one
How
second.
you going?
I'm good, man. Wow,
I saw you a bit positive in the chat. Talk to us. Why are you so
No.
positive?
It wasn't that I was positive. I haven't seen Georgie this sad. This guy's always up and about, but the face that Georgie has today, it feels like he's fucking most today. I swear to God.
I was trying to get him there, but he reckons he's still got some hope.
Nah, mate, the thing is, I feel like, at least it ain't as bad as it seems. That's what I feel, because if you watch a lot of other sports, be it football and other sports, like, coach is the one that determines the game plan. And it's not that we are lacking fitness, that we're not being able to run out games and stuff. It's also on the second half. So imagine the team that we have right now. We made the runs that we did in 2023 and 2024. And our graph has been like this, right? So 2022 started really well and then just couldn't make finals. 2023 played really well. Started really shit. Obviously we got the flack and then went up. And then 2024 we had the high and then we went down.
Yep.
So clearly they have the potential. What's the issue is the system. And I'm literally speaking like a broken record, because I've come on fan cams that said the same thing as well. It's Wasi and the assistant coaches. Because when the pressure comes to you, like, what do you do? Like, if, say, for example, Mos, if I were asking you, I was like, hey, Mos, you're not going to drive a car for 1 year. Sit in your car. Are you going to forget how to drive? You're not going to forget how to drive, right? It's your instincts that take over. And that's what I feel is wrong with this team, that I think it's coached incorrectly, because as soon as the pressure is up, because in the first half, we're giving 100%. And then after, when the other team obviously shows up, because they're there to win the game as well, that's when we panic, because of what happens. We stifle the ball moving from our back half. How many times have we seen, as soon as we get the possession of the ball in our defensive 50, we just don't know what to do. We're just sitting there with the ball, and we always try to kick it to the contest, and the contest is like two people on two Carlton players and 3 Bulldog players, or vice versa. So we all
Jesse Motlock down the wing.
Mate, the Richmond game, Jesse Mutlow was fucking taking hangers. He was like, bro, what are you trying to do? You're a fucking midget, bro. What are you trying to do here? Like, seriously, man, it was frustrating. But to be honest with you, like, why I came on and why I wanted to talk to you guys about it is like, I think the list is good. I think the coaching needs to be better. And I think the style of football that we play right now, Andy, like, look at it. Like, Melbourne's playing the same system. They're getting flogged.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that we are playing the same system, but we're not getting beat by that much. Is because our list and the talent that we have on the field is that much better. That's what I believe in. And our wing, like, our style is laborious, mate. Like, the style that we are playing right now, the contested footy, it's outdated,
That's a
bro.
Great way to describe it. Laborious.
Like, if you think about it, everyone's playing it on the wings, and everyone tries to make the ground bigger. Handball changed. What do we see with Hawthorn? What do we see with GWS? What are we seeing with even Gold Coast Suns this season? They've turned the season around. They couldn't win a game to fucking save their lives away. And now they're just winning it like it's like by 10 goals. So it's 100% coaching, mate. 100%. Blake Acres is a shit kick. We've known that for like fucking 4 years now. But
He's right.
I love it. I love it. It's brutal.
But yeah, that's just how it is. Like, when I was watching the game, and Blake Acres, and he's fucking laughing. I was like, bro, why the fuck are you laughing, bro? Like, you can't even fucking hit a target to save your life. And seriously,
he can. He's got one target, Danny, out on the full.
He hits that every week.
Bro, I swear to God, man. I was there at the Hawthorn game, and I saw you and Carl.
Did you?
I did, yes. I wanted to come and say hi.
Should have come up and said hi. That's
Yeah,
all right, mate. Next time.
But next time for sure. But now, man, the thing is that we're 0-3. I think, and it's good we are 0-3 because we might as well ask these questions now rather than going into the season or having those, for example, close win against Richmond and close game against Bulldogs. And then you think, oh, we're 2-1, we are actually good when we're not.
Yep.
So you might as well have these reality checks right now and then go from there. So all I want to say is it's 100% the coaching and the assistant coaches. You change that and you'll see the difference. I don't know if you guys watch soccer, but I'm a big Barcelona fan. And when we were playing last season under one of our coaches, Xavi, I'll keep it very short. We were very laborious, keeping the ball, no impact, 0-0, 1-0 draws. We've changed the coach, same group of players. They're flogging everyone and they're the best team in Europe. So it's the system that makes you play because what is contestant pressure most? Like, bro, that's the fucking requirement of being an AFL footballer.
Exactly.
That's baseline. That's just baseline.
Exactly. Like that's what you need to do, man. Like, and apart from that, okay, after contestant pressure, so what is your system based on? Because that is a prerequisite. Oh, we are just gonna kick it to fucking contest every time because we are Charlie and Harry. But they are so programmed to kick it to the contest that even when fucking Charlie and Harry are not playing, they're still throwing the ball in the forward 50 and just bombing it in. When there's fucking Mutlog and Francis Evans sitting there to mark the ball.
So Danny, what do you want to see, Danny? How are we going to flip this? Okay, here's my question to you. Does Voss have it in him to flip this and get us playing that confident style of footy in the ground, those link-up handballs running through the middle? We saw bits and pieces in the last game where they sort of linked up a few handballs and did go inboard. I think, Andy, you called out, fuck, they're kicking in the middle. What's going on here? Does Voss or does something going to shift within the club or do we just need to see Voss gone?
Mike, to be honest with you, I've seen enough. All of us have seen enough. And I'd hate to be that person who says that, oh, just do this or just take the switch off and stuff. But I think Bossy needs to go. And so does the assistant coaches because and Brad Lloyd as well. He's been that one consistent puzzle that we are saying, oh, why are we still doing the same thing where we are always, I think in the last 15 years, we have one team that started 0-3 and I think 8 times or 7 times. I think I was seeing the record online. So that's ridiculous. I'm
with you on that point, Danny. Like that point you made on Brad Lloyd, since 2018 or 2019, whenever he came in, he survived 2 or 3 reviews, 2 or 3, either or. And across that whole time, we've always said we lack speed, we lack fast ball movement, and moving the ball inside 50. None of those problems have been addressed. And if you're if you're anywhere in any department, and at the end of 2019, at the end of 2020, at the end of 2021, at the end of 2022, at the end of 23, at the end of 24, you haven't addressed it, you're not going to have a job there anymore. So I'm with you.
So Danny, sorry, Ray.
Go for it.
What's your cutoff? What round is your cutoff before you say, all right, Voss has to go? If say we win, say we beat Collingwood this week, beat West Coast, beat North.
Hmm.
So we'd be 3-3.
Hmm.
How would you feel? Does Voss keep his job at 3-3? Or say we lose to Collingwood, we beat West Coast, we beat North, and we're 4-2.
I'll tell you
2-4.
something very
2-4.
very honestly, Andy. I've had this conversation with Pommy fucking numerous times. It's not how we lose. Sorry, it's not if we lose, it's how we lose. That's what the system is. I don't care if we lose to Collingwood. I don't care if we lose to all the other teams, as long as we're trying to work towards something. That's what I'm saying. I'm not basing it on like what the record is going to be. And yes, our window is closing, and I agree. Cripps is aging, and so is our list. And we have a lot of players that we need to resign and really need to rethink if we need to have them on a roster. But I think that's the system that we need to employ. That's the one, because if as long, and you know, a lot of people say, and pisses me off, bro. They say, oh, Hawthorn started 0-5 and Brisbane started 0-3. Brisbane started 0-3 after being in the fucking grand final last year, bro. So they were 0-3. They were in the grand final last year, so they could have afforded, like, you know, that slip up. Hawthorn were trying to implement a system. They had all these young boys playing a brand of footy that we are saying, like, they have literally turned it around. They have a dynasty from 2013 to 2015, and now they've come back with a younger team, and they're still better than us, and we have achieved nothing. So as long as you're working towards this system and it's evident, then if it's Vossi, I hope it's Vossi, because that would mean stability, and if he can turn it around, so be it. But if not, man, if the system is still what we're seeing, then I think it's curtains for him, man. That's all.
Yep. Good call. That's fair enough. Thanks for joining us, bro. Appreciate it.
All good, buddy. Cheers, boys.
Well done, Danny.
Have a good night, man.
Danny.
Thanks,
Cheers,
bro.
boys.
Appreciate it. So we got Zach.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
Boys, how are ya?
Hey.
How
On
you
your
doing,
Zach.
Zach?
Firstly, George, congratulations.
Thanks, bro.
Um,
Appreciate it.
The thing with me, though, I just don't think this club is consistent at all. Like, you can pinpoint any aspect of this club. Nothing is consistent. Like you were saying before, was about how, you know, one player's position is this, and then a year later it's something else, then a year later it's something else. Like, nothing at all is consistent at this club.
I will stop you there really quickly. They are consistent at letting us down.
I was just about to say that. That is, they are consistently disappointing. And yeah, like, you know, you've got 2022, first half was good, second half was horrible. 2023, it was the other way around. 2024, we had a good middle, the end was even worse. 2025 looks like the start's like really bad. Nothing is consistent at all. Like, you can pinpoint any aspect of the club, nothing is consistent. And I think it translates throughout the whole club. I'm not sure how you guys see it, but yeah, I think it just translates through the whole club. Just consistent inconsistencies, really.
Good call. Good call. So how do we fix that?
I don't know. Like, it's hard. It's hard to fix that. You know, I know when we were struggling with pressure, I remember there was I guess an argument back end of 2022 about, you know, if you deal with pressure a lot, you know, you'll be fine, but not really. Like, I don't think you'll be fine. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I hope so.
Like, and I just don't know if they have dealt with pressure well. Because you look at pressure when, you know, pressure in the game pressure. But what about external pressure, like from the fans? You know, I mean, there's been external pressure at this club for how long? But yeah, they absolutely crumble, and I'm just not sure. Like, even with the game against the Dogs, like, I was just so confused as to how we lost it. Like, I'm still sitting here thinking, how on earth have we lost that game? I've seen us play a lot worse than that and win games, which is not an excuse, but you know what I mean. Like, I've seen us play a lot worse than win.
That's how we lost it, bro. We can't run. We're not running.
Yeah. There was that
the run dies.
He killed us. He was on Acres' wing as well. Not to single out, but yeah, he killed us.
Do you know?
Ensuring. Sorry, Mossy, you go first.
Yeah, right. Go. All good.
No, I was saying ensuring that with the run, ensuring that players are played in their correct positions. Let's just say you throw Walsh and you got Acres in the wing, or you got Ollie on the wing, or whatnot, and that's where we actually see players play to their strengths. I think Scotty said it actually in the chat. Yeah, here we go. How hard is it to adjust the game plan to the players' natural strengths? Right, rocket science, isn't it? But generally speaking, playing to players' strengths, to positional strengths, and I think some of the best times we've played are times where it looks as though Voss just said, "Go and fucking enjoy yourself." It's just we also lack seeing out games. This 5-goal, we used to call it the Teague train. I used to call it at the games. You know, when you hit those the Teague special, teams get the 5 goals against us.
I used to. Sometimes it was way more than 5 goals as well.
Yeah,
was that?
yeah.
Something like 10,
I think
15.
we record for the amount of times we've copped it in the last few years. It's just, and we don't have a plan B. So I don't even think we have a plan A sometimes, but we just don't seem to have a way to stem some of these things, especially in the second half. It's strange.
I feel like the way we use star players is wrong. Like I know a lot of the chat has been, okay, you take Charlie and Harry and Walsh and Cripps and you put him in any other team, they'll succeed. The reason is because a lot of other teams use their stars as a little cherry on top. You've got a good system, and then you use your stars with a bit of finesse. Say, I don't know, you've worked the ball well. Let's give it to Charlie Kerner. He can finish it off. Or, you know, you've had a tough time in the midfield. You know, let's let Paddy Cripps do his job. That's the way you use stars. The way we use stars is, I don't know, we're bombing it long for so long.
We don't know how to use them. We don't know how to use them, bro. We just don't.
I guess the way
we're not playing. Like Scotty
you know,
said it. We don't play to their strengths.
We don't play their strengths at all. Like, you know, if we could continually kick long, it's like, Charlie will mark it. He'll save us. Just because if he's talented, he'll mark it. Or we're getting absolutely rinsed with our team defense. Cripper will win a hard ball. Or Wettering will take an intercept mark. No. The team does its job. Those players are the cherry on top. And that I reckon it's been a big issue for like a while. Even the back end of 2024, it's just been a huge issue with us. Like we just don't.
There is no structure though. There's no structure at all.
No. And it's
good call, bro.
Yeah. I don't know what
good
to do.
Call, man.
It's just it's frantic.
I can tell you,
it's a vicious cycle.
Yeah,
it is. It is well.
Fetal position under a desk somewhere, Zach. That'll be me Thursday night.
I said on fan cams as well to Terry. I was like, how it's 2025, and we are still talking about running out games and, you know, we moving the ball well, team defense. Like, come on, like, what are we doing here? Like, this should be our peak. It should be, but again, nothing's consistent, so we don't consistently improve.
That's right. Good call, bro. Thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks for
Appreciate
having
it.
me. Have a good one.
Big shout out to your old man. Shout out to your auntie Habib as well.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Take care, bro.
Love
So yeah, we got.
Not wrong. He is not wrong.
One sec.
Here we go. And Carlton.
What's up, boys?
There he is.
What's going on, my man?
Before I start ranting, I just want to say congrats, George, on the newborn.
Oh, thanks, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Eid Mubarak to everyone celebrating as well.
On you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, bro.
Also appreciate it.
I do.
Boss was on 360 before, right? I was rushing home to watch it. I turned it on the TV. And the first thing he said, and I swear, the first thing he said was, I'm really happy with Carlton's consistency over the past 3 weeks.
Moose, get the face out, bro. Moose is about to blow an artery.
I'm very, 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 very fucking close, bro.
Did he actually say that, or you just like pulling our leg?
No. He said it, and I turned off the TV. I'll start watching.
Now after this, I'm going to go straight away and go fucking watch him blow up my TV.
Hey,
the first question.
The media are starting to turn the screws on him a little bit. I think they're going to start getting heated, man. Like they're changing some of the line of questioning. And look, he's staying very upbeat and smiling and smirking and all that kind of stuff.
It's the.
I reckon it's that, bro. That killed me. I couldn't bring myself to watch it. I couldn't bring myself. Like, show us a bit of CUNT. You know, like. But this is this is the thing. Do you reckon it's a club directive? Because we know. Yeah,
it has to be.
We know
he's doing his job.
The club silences a lot of people, players and ex-players. They silence a lot of people. It's like the fucking Gestapo of North Korea. Like you can't fucking say, you can't talk bad about Carlton. Fuck up. Sorry. Anyway, sorry. We've got a guest on. Let me him speak.
Oh. No. All good. If you look back in 2022 when he was first coach, we lost a bad game. I think it was against Gold Coast. We went to the Gold Coast and we lost.
Yeah.
And he went hard on the players. He said it's not acceptable.
Yes.
He went hard on it and then never did it again after that.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Exactly.
No. He did it last year against Geelong the first time.
That was before. That was before it.
What?
I think that was before. Was that before the Gold Coast game? Which Gold
No,
Coast?
this is
you talking
last
about,
year.
2022?
This is last
Yeah.
year.
Oh, okay.
He's,
Yeah.
he's talking about 2022.
Yeah.
But last year, after the Geelong game, he was cut because we lost that by 13 points from memory or something like that. And we smashed them, right? We beat them in so many metrics. And he was quite stern after the game. And then it's like someone tapped him on the shoulder and said, hey.
No, but
this isn't your club, mate. You know, you fall in line.
I know which one you're talking about, but it wasn't an accountability. It was more that he was annoyed, not at the players, just annoyed at the situation.
Nah, bro.
That was all we got. Yeah.
He was cut, bro. He was angry. He didn't mention players by name.
Yeah,
but
well,
he was
he didn't.
talking about he can't. No coach does. But he was talking about accountability. He was talking about I remember it. And because I remember thinking, I haven't seen this from him in a long time. And I was like, I hope the club has turned the corner right now. You know? And then that was it. That's all we saw.
It's just quietly shout out to one of the greatest movies ever, The Godfather. Selena is going to wake up with a horse's head in his bed tomorrow.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
How'd you feel, bro? How'd you feel going into the game?
I was really confident. I really thought we were going to win by 30, 40 points. Because I thought that like a response has to come. Like you can't get smashed by a bunch of fucking P-platers in round one. And then lose to the Hawks. Like the loss against the Hawks wasn't that bad, but there was moments in the game that we were way better than them. For like five-minute periods. In each quarter, we were playing way better than them. We should have won that game. We were good enough to win that game. But as soon as pressure comes, as much as Voss talks about contest and pressure, when the pressure comes, we turn into like headless chickens. Anything good we're doing before the game, before pressure comes, we just stop. If we're lowering our eyes and kicking into 50, finding targets, for some reason, halfway through the quarter, I don't know why, it just stops. We just stop doing it.
You're right. We built under pressure, and secondly, we started lowering the eyes. Like when Williams at the start, he blazing away, and then he actually, instead of blazing all the way, he went to Charlie. You saw a little bit of going to Kemp. Like we started some of those positive signs, like lowering our eyes into the forward, but then it just it started going. I think Sauce put 2 kicks in a row within 10 seconds to the same spot, and for some reason we were kicking it to Fogarty on in a 1-on-1 all like 3 or 4 times in a row. It's just strange.
Our targets inside 50 haven't been. I don't know why we're picking we kick it to Jesse Motlop for some reason in the 50. We're not creating space for each other either. Like we haven't for a while. I feel like everyone just sits in the same spot, puts their hand up, asking for a pack mark. No one leads. Like even Charlie. You guys were talking about it before, but yeah, he's a lazy player, man. As much he's so talented, but I haven't seen the guy made a lead in like 2 years.
Facts.
Being a leader, being a supposed leader, in the leadership group, like I want to see him fucking bark instructions. Get out of my way. This is my space. Like what Fev used to do. Get out of my way. Or like I'm going to do this. Be here. Move there. Like I don't know. I don't see it. He might do it a lot of training again. On game day, your leader and your forward.
Lost Georgie.
Should be directing traffic, should be giving instructions, should be barking and telling people, oh, you lost me, I'm back. But sorry, like I was saying, you want to see leadership. You want to see leadership in the forward line. Give directives, take ownership. You like we don't have that. We don't have it.
We don't. Weeders, not in the forward line. Even Cripps doesn't really do it either. Weeders does a lot in the back line. You'll see him directing traffic. But no one else really does. I don't know. I feel like
we lack leadership all over the place. We've said it. Yeah. Been saying it for a long time. We need on-field leaders. And you know what? Winning puts paper over these cracks. When you're winning, you don't think about, the leaders weren't around and this, that. It's only when you're losing. So this could be, a kind of blessing in disguise where we have another like getaway where we have another personal chat and see what happens. But We just lack so much leadership. We just do.
Yeah,
On
for sure.
and off the field, I feel.
Yeah.
Good call, bro.
But
Everybody
right now, also-
follow Only Carlton on Instagram and TikTok. Best Carlton content creator, hands down. No one comes close. The GOAT.
Thank you,
Make
bro.
sure you
Thank
follow him. Thank you for joining us, bro.
All good, bro. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.
See you,
Have a
boys.
good night, my man.
Legend.
Hey, bro.
Cheers, bro.
All right, guys. We're going to add 2 more people, and they're both legends of the chat. We'll go to the
People have
great
spoken.
man, the great man Oz.
Oz.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
How are you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good.
That's good, man.
Little bit depressed after the last game against the Western Bulldogs, but other than that, I'm good.
That's good. What's going on? How do you feel?
Feeling confident this week against Collingwood.
Confident.
See how we go. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's hit the word for me, gents. I'm done. Oz, lovely to see you, mate. All the best. Confident.
Done. This is out. Catch you later. That's it.
No,
You scared Moose
believe.
away.
you broke him. You broke Moose. Wait. Did you
I
go
tell
on?
ya.
Did you go on Friday night?
Yeah, I did. I was sitting in level 1.
Nice.
It was nice to Like, I don't mind Marvel games. Like, obviously the G's are in that awesome atmosphere, but sometimes just getting to Marvel's a bit easier, and it's nice to have a Friday night there and whatnot. But
Hey, how
And
hot was it?
oh, it was. It was.
Yeah, it's really hot.
Bloody hell, it was hot, warmer than usual in Marvel. Yeah.
I don't know. man.
What concerned you, Oz, at the game?
Our defensive pressure wasn't the same like it was in the first half. After, around the third quarter, that's what concerned me. Our defensive pressure, pretty much.
Yep. Yeah. And when you got their players like Libba, pressure all night, killing it.
Yeah.
Forcing turnovers, and that's the difference, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, you going to the game this week?
I haven't got a ticket, so I'm probably going to watch it from home or from a pub this week.
Nice. I like your styles.
Yeah.
Well, you enjoy. Thanks for hopping on as always. You're always you're a legend of the chat, and the people love you. So thank you for joining us.
No problem.
And enjoy the game on Thursday. Hopefully the boys get up and you have a cracking weekend.
All right. Thanks
You
for
might
having me
have
on, guys.
you might have broken Moose, and Moose can give you his ticket on Thursday night.
Done. See you,
yeah.
mate.
Thanks, Oz. Appreciate you,
Yeah.
bro. Cheers.
Now, guys, I'll tell you what. You've all been demanding it. You've all been demanding. And we've got the great man. Jack. Jack's smoking a dart. Is that a dart? What is that?
No, I've actually. Hey,
It's a
everyone has it.
doobie. It's
has
a
it.
doobie.
Hey, can you guys hear me? I have to change my microphone. Can you hear me?
No,
No, you're good.
all
You're
right.
good. You're good.
You-
What's,
Can you hear me?
what's that?
And
Jack
I was-
getting blazed.
mate, no, it's a pen, bro. You know, what's the matter with you? It's a pen.
I thought it was a joint.
Nah, what do you think? You think I'd be like that? What's the matter with you? Hey, Selena, how you doing down there? There's a few people.
Jack, is it Jack? Yeah. Let's go. I'll join you, Jack.
Hey, Cuban? If it's Cuban, I'll join you, bro.
Wait, I'm not indoors.
And Mabruk ya
Sorry,
Habub,
this is-
baby.
Thanks, brother.
Congratulations. And
Thank
to
you very
everyone
much.
celebrating Eid today, Eid Mabruk to everybody who celebrated it.
What's
And
going on, bro?
thanks for having me on the panel. And I'll tell you what, I only came up here because I wanted to meet Moose. But what happened to that bloke? You booted him out, did he? Unbelievable, that
He's
bloke.
scared moose.
All right, we want to talk about football.
Yes. Let's talk about it, bro. What do you think of the game?
All right. Okay, look. I've been gunning for Voss for the last 2 years. I mentioned this last time when I came up. He was never for the job. It's as simple as that. This club is an absolute... I've got a solution, though, Andy. This club is an absolute joke. right? They're living in the past. The past is gone. Doesn't work like that anymore, right? Back in the old days, we bought premierships. Yes, we bought players. It doesn't work like that anymore, right? What I'm sick and tired of. Sorry, I've got my reverb on. Hang on.
You do have your
What-
reverb on.
I was going to say, Jack, you know what you sound like? You're like in the reception. Can you say car WAP 188? Move your car, please. It sounds like that. You know, at the Arab functions.
Andy, please come to reception, Andy.
Fantastic.
Oh, shit.
And I'm just waiting for Aiden to give me shit down in the chat like he did last week. But look, I didn't go to the game. I had a function just as well. But I watched the replay 2 times, you know, and I've already said Voss was already been tapped on the shoulder. The coach, I'm going to get to the other coach in a minute, but the coach and the players who come out after the game and social, they put them on social media, the interviews, they're all scripted. Every one of them has been given a script to say the same shit. Consistency, moments, this, that. Get the fuck out of here. It's the same thing, right? That's what they do, right?
I'm with you on that, Jack. The
Mate,
new
they
thing they're
do it
doing
all.
this year where they're holding the player hostage. They're holding the player hostage after the
mate.
game, bro.
Like I said, I said last week,
Jack.
I said last week, Voss is an assassin. What's the matter over there? But look, I'll tell you what I'm angry at. I'm going to tell you. All right. First of all, on the game, if we go back to the elimination final and what Voss did to Kennedy, he should have been sacked for that. I already said that. Right now, Kennedy went to the Dogs. Look at him. Well done to the lad. Good on him. I was really happy for the bloke. Right? He was one of their best. Yeah. Last week, what did he do? He done the same thing again last week with the interchange. He had the Conning on the bench for 9 minutes. What did he do again this week? What did he do? He had Jack Silvani and Curnow on the bench for the last 5 minutes. And what did Norton do? Kick the goal at a crucial time. Well, why did he take Silvani off? Someone tell me that.
I can't
No
tell
idea.
you.
Right? No.
Bad
Okay.
move.
Okay. In that meantime, I watched, and Walsh as well. Sorry, yeah, Scotty, that's right. I watched Newman was sitting there with the headphones, and you had Ebert and Voss there, and Ebert was crouching over to Voss, and Voss was crouching over to Newman, giving some instruction. I'm thinking, what are you doing, bro? You calling a friend?
Absolutely.
What is he doing? What is he doing? Morse code would have got to the coach's box quicker than the relayed messages from one to the other. What is that? What is that? This club is an absolute comical circus. It is. It's an absolute circus. Now, that's the game. That's what I can say about the game because, as you know, Andy said it earlier on, he had a feeling, all right, we got 4 goals in front, and then bang, they came back. All right. What I'm angry at, and I've always been angry at, is this club does not know how to develop players. I keep saying it. I went to I stopped going. I go now and again, but I was going to every VFL game every week. I saw what they did to Levi Casbolt. I saw with my own eyes. Right? They didn't develop that guy. They put that crab Hampson ahead of him back in the day, and that was when Ratton was coaching. Levi could have been anything, but they didn't develop him. They just dumped him in the twos. He's a big boy, crashing packs, blah, blah, blah. But they left him in the twos, and they didn't play for a couple of years. Yeah, I know big guys take a lot of time. But this club plays Haynes, plays Evans. There's a couple of, there's other passengers in that side, Motlop. Where are these kids? Where are these kids? Look at every other team. St Kilda, Hawthorn, you can name what, West Coast, you can name a whole heap that play young kids. Right? That guy that played on the wing for Footscray on the weekend, that was his 3rd game. His 3rd game. What was his name?
Davidson.
Davidson. 32 possessions on the wing. Right? This club, look, this club, it's like they deliberately go out to lose. I mean, and Andy said something like that earlier. I heard what Andy said, but what is this? What is it?
And the saddest is
there's many passengers. Yes, that's correct. There's many passengers in this team. How many? You can't take out half the side, though. That's the problem. You know what I mean? Because half the side, they wouldn't get a game on another side. No way. Look, Andy, George, I got the solution. All right, I got the solution. How this club, what you need is some farmer. You listening, Andy? You need some farmer with a tractor and a massive trailer, and put a whole heap of fucking cow shit in that trailer. Drive down to the club, dump it at the front door, and it'd be like Richmond. Then we win 3 premierships in a row.
No. You know what the club will do with that? the club will box it up.
Yeah.
They'll put a fancy label on it,
and send
they'll
it to
tell you exclusive merch.
Yeah, send it to the members.
The club will try to capitalise on it.
Fertilise the green shoots.
Look, it's become now. Look, I mentioned in the chat earlier on. I mentioned that. Don't think West Coast is a lay down misère. Don't think
Absolutely
that.
not.
Don't think it. Don't think it at all. If he loses, all right. Look, this week, there are people there's people out there. I mean, what happened? Moores left because the guy said he was confident about this. This week, look, there were people saying, "Oh, this is our last chance," and all this. What last chance? Last chance for what? We're 0-3. Last chance for what? And all these people comparing us to Brisbane and Hawthorn from last year, it's like comparing apples to oranges. You got to look where Brisbane's been, and even Hawthorn in the last couple of years. You can't compare us to them because they lost, what was it, 0-4 or 0-5 or whatever in a row, right? So this week, well, Elliot, we know Elliot rips us up. We know Membry rips us up when he was at St Kilda. He's at Collingwood now. The Goey will rip us up. Right? There's 3 players already. Right? They kick goals against us. Right? Then you got their midfield and all, Nick Dacos and all them, blah, blah, blah. Right? I mean, they're going to run us off our legs. Now, I know Moose said that we're not... The new high performance coach, what's he doing? Playing marbles down there. What is he doing? They're running out of gas. Like he's getting tombolas on the footy ground and he's playing tombolas. What is he doing down there?
Are they running out of gas, or is the system just not designed for us?
Bro, if you're look, all right, the first half we had a crack, yeah, for sure. The first half, I thought, wow, what has he done? He's changed the game plan. Now, the second half, how can you run out of gas if you're just bombing the ball long?
Because we're playing this contested game where our bodies are just copping it for a half a footy, and the players they're not built for that game style. Clearly, we can't handle it.
Well,
we've never played 4 quarters. The only game I could ever say that this current team has played 4 quarters of footy was against Geelong last year. That's when we peaked.
And that's when Voss got angry. Voss wasn't happy with that win.
No. That was later. That was
that one?
It was the 10-goal win.
It was the
10-goal
game we won by Yeah.
But
that's when we peaked.
That's it. Yeah.
That's when we peaked as a side, and that's when I thought, you know what, we've got a good side here. 2 weeks later, we hit the decline, and it doesn't just decline like that. It just crashes.
Look, but that's where I'm angry. There's no kids are playing consistent in this side. There's none. Who are they? Fogarty shouldn't get a game. Why is everyone thinking Fogarty's a good player? What does he do? What does Fogarty? Anyone tell me? What does Fogarty do?
We keep getting told his pressure acts and this and that.
He's running around in circles.
So many players have regressed, right? Since their form patches and whatnot. And you talk about development, Jack. Like that's your, like, you look at like a Jesse Motlop in late 2023. You look at, Cam Cowan was looking really good as well. I mean, he's done okay as well. But
He's lost at the moment, Cowan.
There's a lot of players that feel like they're regressing.
He's doing the same now, Cowan. He's getting the ball and bombing it.
I like what Cowan's been doing, though. I actually really like what Cowan's been doing. I just don't think we're playing to his strengths just yet. And that's for everyone. We're not playing. And this is what happens when you lose. This is like when you lose, you're clearly not playing to your team's strength. If you're just losing and you know what, we're putting in a good effort, the other team's just better on the day, that's cool.
Fogarty's the best switching off. Best pressure player tackler in the comp. Really? Really, Cov? Really? He's the best, is he? I don't think so, mate.
That's a big
concern. No, the concern that you mentioned earlier, Jack, as well. Like I saw a stat yesterday for out of all the teams to start 0-3 since 2007, there's been 54 teams that have started 0-3. 4 of those 54 made finals. 1 finished top 4, and 1 were premiers. So 4 out of 54, 7%. Basically saying there's a 7% chance we make finals from here based on teams starting 0-3 since 2007. So that's where you look at the conversation about the Pies this Thursday. I think a win is just papering over cracks, right? There's a win is fantastic. A win is needed. A win is there for motivating the place, for fucking rallying the troops, for getting some form of positivity, especially it's Collingwood, right? It's still paper over the cracks.
But we need to start. I mean, look, all right, people are saying throw Moyer in and throw Binns in. Binns got an attitude, whatever, but, throw White in. Who else is there? Camporelli got dropped. Lord got. I mean, these are the future. These kids. What are they doing? Seriously, what are they doing? How are they going to get experience? How do you? This week is a big game. Yeah, it is. Carlton, Collingwood, doesn't matter where they are on the ladder. It's always a big game. We know that. Throw them in. Give them that experience.
Do you think they've been disheartened from like moments like, for example, late last year against Brisbane? Like a lot of them just got dropped and a lot of underdone players came in. Do you think that has an impact on it?
I think they would have been disheartened on what they did to Kennedy. I was absolutely fuming what they did to him. I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't. The poor bloke just had a baby, flies up on a plane on his own, gets to the game, and he's subbed in the second quarter. I mean, no one. There was not really much questions asked of Voss about that. He could have took off anyone else but him. He has a go. He has a dip. He's not the quickest player in the world, but he goes in. He would have been perfect for us on Friday night. We didn't have him.
He was perfect for the Doggies.
Well, yeah, exactly right. And Teddy Kane needs a chop out. Someone's got to help him out. He's gassed out. I mean, the poor bloke, he was just, all right, they had him on the bench in the last, 5-10 minutes, whatever, in the last quarter, like they're doing to him every week. But he needs help. He needs, I don't know. And this Elijah Hollands and McKay, yeah. I saw the footage of Voss walking in the rooms and Elijah was there. Did you guys see that? He tapped him on the hand or whatever, and Voss just looked at him, whatever. And then these two play in the intra-club match on the weekend. Now, I thought they were on leave.
I didn't know there was an intra-club game, to be honest.
They both played in that game.
In the scratch match, yeah.
They both played in that game. I thought they were on leave.
Good. I want them to play if they're on leave. Fuck it. Let them play. Let them train.
What, why, if they played in the intra-club, why couldn't they play in the first?
We know why Elijah can't. Harry, different story. I don't know.
Well, there's a lot of media coming out now that he's going to put his hand up for selection and possibly play this week.
Yeah. Which
I'll tell you what. Look, I like. There's going to be a pocket of Carlton fans. I hope everyone gets around him, especially Carlton. Well, I hope Carlton fans, of course, will get around him. There's going to be a pocket that won't. There's pockets of Carlton fans at every game that every time he lines up for a snap, you hear it. Just every time he lines up for a snap, just listen around the ground. Just listen. A lot of it's Carlton fans groaning and moaning, right? Because of past trauma. But you've got Collingwood fans. Collingwood. I don't have to explain Collingwood fans to you guys. Collingwood fans. Harry coming in this week.
I'm gonna cop it.
He like, mate, I know there's a psychologist on the bench. He's going to have to get a pre-pep talk. He's going to have to psych himself up and have leather skin because he's coming back this week, and I really hope he does because he's so fucking important to the forward line. It's going to be a baptism of fire, man. So, yeah.
Yep.
And allegedly, Holland's a few more weeks away.
Yep, I heard that.
But, yeah, I understand. Like this, I think it was Glurkin said, they got all right to play. But my question is, they could have played in the all right. Maybe Holland's is a different story. There's something else going on there, but people keep saying. And there was rumours about Mackay breaking up with his girl. I mean, I don't believe all that. You're not going to know. No one's going to know.
I don't think it matters. I don't think he owes anyone an explanation.
Well, yeah, that's right. So if he comes in this week, he's another target. He's going to start learning how to kick, not around the corner anymore. Just kick drop punts, mate. What's this around the corner stuff?
He was doing that last year.
But then he started again doing around the corner.
You know what I loved? I loved in that win against Geelong, the 10-goal win. And you said, Andy, that was the only time we played 4 quarters. There was one where Harry got it, I think it was about 40 out on a deep angle, and he didn't even think twice. He went back with such confidence, and he iced that shot. And he just looked at the top of his game. So obviously the Brisbane game, opening round, he looked a different beast last year. And then is it obviously there were, I think it was the GWS game because the preseason he looked fantastic. How good did he look against the Saints GWS early? And then I think he copped a knock and came off. And then getting towelled up by a teenager in round 1. There's been a lot of rumours around what's happened during that game and after that game. But to have what's happened to him, obviously, hope he comes back and kills it. But the preseason looked so promising. He looked like this guy was going to be the All-Australian forward, spearhead our attack. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Voss, and we're the club that sacks coaches. Yeah, we've proven that the last 10, 15 years. Right? It doesn't matter which coach comes into this club. They're not going to fix the problem because the problem is inside the club. I've already said this, and I've said it I think last week, Andy. Priestley, the president, is based out of Sydney. Really? He's based out of Sydney, not Melbourne. Right? Now, he's the head of CEO of JP Morgan. We know that. Business, this, that, blah, blah. But based out of Sydney. Now, we never heard from Fat Cat Fat Cat when he got the job. Laguda shape. Call him Fat Cat. He was as silent as a mouse, that bloke. The only time he came out and you heard from him was when he sacked Malthouse. Every president, practically the last 3-4 presidents, you never hear him. Right? So, and then it goes down to the CEO, and from the CEO it goes down to the football department. I mean, Brad Law's been there. His use-by date's gone. He's got to go. We know that. We're all saying it. Cook's just there, helping out right because Cook's retiring and whatever he's doing. He pumped up the membership. That's all he did at the club, really. That's all the club worried about, really, to get over 100,000 members, and that's what he did. That's what he was there for, right? Graham Wright's more of a footy man, as we know, but it starts at the top. The board, this, that. All right, they cut the board down from what did we have? We had 12 at one stage. Now it's down to 7. And every one of those people in there, we know they're part of a company, and except for Williams, right? Justin Priestley, that's the guy. Yeah. So you're not going to fix the team out in the team or the coach or this or that unless you fix what's inside the club. That's the bottom line. That's where it all starts. So once you fix inside the club or whatever, then you can fix, the football department and all. It needs a cleaner. Agresta, he was spot on what he said last year. Everyone, I couldn't stand what he said, but we knew what he said when he came out and said, with his two other cronies there, Austin and the other bloke, he goes, "We're building." Means we're rebuilding. That's what he meant. Now that's coming from the list manager, right? He's in charge of he's the manager in charge of the other two clowns. Right? They got to go. Who'd they get? You know, they went after pick number 3. They did everything to get pick number 3, and the poor guy done his knee. Right? That's unfortunate. Right? And then we got two rejects that listed by their clubs because they know they were no good, and they're still playing them. Look, it's the same old shit down there. You know, they're justifying the recruiting of these 2 players. That's what they're doing. That's why Evans is getting the game still. That's why he's still on the side. They're justifying what they did. That's all they're doing because he shouldn't be getting the game. Because I told you the week before he wasn't sided, Evans. Anyway, thanks for having me on the panel, and good to see everybody.
Tell us your channel, Jack.
Oh, don't worry about my channel, mate.
Come on, bro. Jack's a massive. Jack's a famous.
Bro, I tagged you on Instagram. Check your Instagram messages. I tagged you in a thingo.
The Monday Blues?
Yes, I tagged you. I added you on Instagram.
I'll have a look. Jack, I appreciate you coming out, man.
It's just the way it is. Unless everything inside the club gets fixed, we're not going anywhere. Don't play hard to get.
I'll tell you what can fix all this: a win against the filth this week.
Hey,
Rocco.
Win
against the filth, mate. I'll tell you what, we can.
Mate, I watched. Mate, you got to watch Andy, man. You got not you, the other Andy on the ankle sore. That guy is a legend, mate. That guy there is kind of, you know, me and him, we're realists. We don't, you know, we don't have the rose-colored glasses on like we used to have in the years back in the days. Yeah. That guy there, you got the club is broken. He's right. Did you see his video the other day?
Nah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Ankle sore.
I don't know.
The ankle sore channel. You never seen it?
Nah.
Mate, you got to watch that guy, man. That guy's a legend, mate. He cops a lot of shit, but he's right.
Give it a sus.
Hey,
I'll give it a sus.
Yeah, it's hang on a minute. Wait a minute. I can throw the link in the private chat. Wait a minute.
Jack just shouting out other podcasts on our show.
No.
Podcast is the only podcast you want to watch.
Yeah, I know. But if I watch everybody, I was on
Jack,
Terry's
plug
today.
whatever you like. Just plug your own show.
No, I'm not plugging him. I'm just that guy. He's spot on what he says.
Nice.
He is. The title, the club is broken.
Tell you what, there's a lot of issues at the club, and I'm sure we'll dissect every single aspect of this football club over the next 6 months of the season, as always.
6
I'm
months.
already tired. We're 3 or 4 weeks into the season, and I'm tired. Like, I'm already tired. You know. Yeah. Thanks for joining us, Jack.
No, Selene, I'm a musician, yes, and that's all my guitars.
What do you play? What kind of music do you play?
Guitars there.
What kind of music do you play, Jack?
Oh man, I play rock, heavy, blues, a whole heap of stuff, mate.
Oh yeah. Where can I listen to your stuff?
Hang on a minute.
Oh, here we go.
I see what you did.
Here we go.
I can play a riff
Type
of
this in.
Just
type this in YouTube, yeah.
Everybody, write this down because Jack is about to unload on his channel. Let's go.
I'm not like I used to be. I don't record much anymore.
That's all right. Speaking to the mic, mate.
Yeah, there. I typed it in the private chat. There you go.
Nice.
That's my guitar channel name. All right.
Where did you type it?
In the private chat here in StreamYard.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold on. I got it. Yeah.
You don't want to put it. You don't want to put it publicly.
No, because I'm not a moderator. You got to give wrenches for people to put links down there. You can't just put links because it won't work.
Shout him out, Andy.
I can't even fucking read that. Hang on, let me.
What do you mean you can't read? You want my glasses? What's going on?
I've got it. I found it. The Phantom's Guest.
Oh
yeah. That's a horse's name. That's a horse's name, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah.
Chuck it in the chat, Georgie. Chuck it in the chat.
It was a racehorse. There's nothing to see. I hardly upload. I'm uploading old videos from like 10 years ago lately. You know.
That's all right.
Rewinds. It's nothing special. The channel. Nothing special.
Good on you, Jack. Thanks for joining us,
you go.
mate.
Oh, Enzo, no worries, Enzo. Yeah,
We
yeah.
appreciate it.
Just go on my channel and give me a comment.
100%.
Is Jack Greek
We'll
or
support you.
Italian?
Make sure you hit him up.
I'm half Brazilian, half Lebanese.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Petra,
Monday Blues and like, share, and subscribe.
Petra, I don't have a
Jack's
big nose.
channel.
I'm not Greek. I don't have big nose and big ears, Petra. What are you talking about down there? All right, boys. Thanks very much. See you
On
later.
you, Jack.
Jack. Have
Appreciate
a
you,
good
bro.
night,
See you
mate.
on the review, whatever you're going to do, whatever
Done.
happens. Bye. See you all later.
Yeah, mate. What a
How
champion.
good's Jack? What a
What
gun.
an absolute champion.
I was something you said at the end there triggered a thought. Now I've lost it. But how good? How good? How good's our chat?
It's fantastic. Guys, we're on 150 likes. Smash out a like on your way out.
We're not leaving yet.
We're done.
Yeah.
I reckon we're done.
Oh,
Well,
votes. I'm not even going to bother too much, but really quickly,
Yeah, just
chucking
go.
your 3, 2, 1s.
Yeah, chuck in your best on
Jack.
ground. 3, 2, 1s.
Jack, I want to give 1. I think TDK will give 2 for all the reasons George said. Throw back to last year. I haven't done that this year. Jeez.
We haven't. No, we haven't.
And I'll go Brody Kemp with 3. You know why? Because I doubted him. I didn't
Yeah.
think. I thought he's not a forward.
Yep.
4 against West Coast, and everyone starts glazing over him. But to come out and kick 5, mate, another dangerous option. Well done. 3 for me.
Yep. I'm quite similar. So I'll give Jack 1. I'm going to give Lewis Young 2. And I'm going to give Brody Kemp 3. Only because Brody Kemp and Lewis Young, I have absolutely obliterated them on this channel. And, mate, absolute performances, legacy games. So surely my Uncle Sam's trolling there. Uncle Sam, you cannot be giving Sam Walsh votes. Absolutely not. Mr. Butcher. He's an absolute butcher of the footy. Yeah, so Kempy for me, I just thought, what he was able to do, like in 5 goals, Can't remember the last time somebody scored 5 goals on our team. So, yeah. Oh, I'm tired, Georgie.
Yeah, it's been a session. It's been a great.
Not just like now, just this season has already tired me out.
And that was the thought I triggered. I said that going into this season, I want to enjoy it. I want to make the most of it. I don't want to overthink it. Work colleagues telling me, why do you let it be the foundation of your happiness and this and that? I envy people that can just switch off.
Yeah.
Right. Because I'm like, not saying I'm an unpleasant person to be around after a loss. I'm not there bloody punching holes in walls and stuff, but I just get psyched so down after a loss. Right.
Same. After
a win, I got the routine. You're psyched. Grab a kebab on the way home, whatever, watch the replay. Everything's nicer. The weekend is so much better. It's just demotivating, man. Like going in now with 0-3, Thursday night, Pie fans are already starting to play mind games with me. I'm already starting to have a few calling me, texting me, this, that. Oh, yeah, you guys will get up. This, that. Like, shut up. Just stop the fucking mind games. It's all mind games. They just started playing them from today. I want to enjoy footy again. And it's a hard slog, man, because and also at the same time, like, you want to ingest a lot of sort of Carlton media and what's happening, but at the same time, you physically get tired from it, from overthinking and having this. Am I stressing out over this? Why am I stressing out over this? We've got more important things to worry about. But then comes the injury report, then comes team selection, and then we fucking rage, and then we get on here to unpack it, which is great. It's been great for me personally, and for our chat as well. Like we love everyone in the chat. I feel like it's a really good release, and then it builds up again to the game for me, right? So then you get to the game and you start, we started so well, but from the second quarter, started to see so many alarming signs, and then we all have this. It's like a fear or a doubt. Like we just can't hold on to leads. and it eats up at all of us, right? And we know, we just see it happening. No one looks relaxed after a 4 or 5 goal lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
but we do
I'll
this.
tell you what,
We love the club. Spot on, Rocco. We
fuck
love
this
the
club
club.
and we love this club.
Yeah.
Of course. And I'll tell you what, beating the filth this week would be beautiful. I need it, Georgie. I need this. Oh, I need it. I don't know how we're going to do it. I just hope we do it, you know.
This is like I shudder to think about how shit Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the next week's going to be if we lose. I don't want to think about it because I just hope somewhere deep inside all of them, Voss, all the players, they find something for this week. Have some fucking pride in the jumper. Have some pride in yourself. Have some pride in yourself as a footballer, as a football club.
Yeah.
I use the word football club. Just find something. Justin, George, we are having a drink on Thursday. I'll tell you what, bro.
You might as well, bro.
I might as well.
Enjoy
I just break the. Bro, I don't ever recall drinking at a game and winning. So it's just a curse. I know. But anyway, I might as well. It's going to be. Yeah, we got a preview on Wednesday night, of course, because
9 p.m.
Thursday.
Yep. Get around us on Thursday night. On Wednesday night, sorry.
Wednesday night. Yep.
And just a reminder, we're going to be doing our weekly giveaway. So from Wednesday night till just before the game, probably half an hour before the game or whatever, just head to our Instagram. It'll be in our story. Just put your prediction in the little box. And you could win a $100 gift voucher for Mercadante Wood-Fired Pizzeria, 123 Lygon Street, Carlton. I love saying the address so much. It's fantastic.
Yeah, good. Definitely big shout out to Mercadante. Yeah, big shout out Global Net Solutions Australia, Cami Projects, YPA Zach Massa, Raz Homes, Bottle Pascaval, Elite Plastering Group.
Naz, if you're watching, come past tomorrow, bro. I'll miss you. It's been a while. Come around.
Wednesday night, hopefully have the full crew, and mate, what a big week ahead. Thanks for the sesh. It's been good to unpack it.
Thanks to everyone in there.
Hit the like button on the way out. Hit the subscribe if you haven't. Well done to the chat tonight. Thanks everyone who's jumped on as well.
Thanks
have a chat with us.
Siki no.